Hi there. So we're going to see here how to build a very simple funnel analysis using Hubspot data in Actiondesk. In case you don't know, Actiondesk is a spreadsheet software that lets you import and refresh data from plenty of data sources, including HubSpot. All right, so let's get going. So what do we want here? What we'll want is a dashboard where I will know for each month a certain number of metrics. So let's just put a few months here, and I'll just use that handy format for my month. So 2020_5 means May of 2020, for it's April, etc., etc. And you'll understand in a bit why I'm using this format. All right, let me just refresh. It seems that I may have an issue with my internet connection. All right, seems good. Okay, so for each month, what I'll want is a certain number of metrics. So first, I want to know the number of contacts, second, the number of deals, then the ratio, contacts, deals. Then I want the number of closed won deals and the number of closed lost deals. And finally, a few rates, so close rate, close win rate, and close loss rate. All right, so let's do it. How do I fill in that the data in there? So I'm going to create a new sheet, which I'm going to call deals import. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to import my deals data from HubSpot. So how does that work? I'm going to click on that import button right here. And right now I already have my HubSpot account connected, but if you did not, you would just have to come here, select HubSpot, give it a nickname, click on add a data source, then you'll have the HubSpot pop up. You'll just authorize the connection, and that's it. So once you've done that, you'll have your HubSpot account appearing in this drop down. And here I have several connected. I'll use this one. And you can select a number of data here. I'm going to import my deals first. And I'm going to take these attributes here. We actually support all HubSpot attributes and custom fields as well. Here it's just a test HubSpot data with only a few attributes. All right, so here's my deals data. So I can start by filling a few things here. So the number of deals per month. So first, I'm going to add a month column. So why do I do that? I currently have only the create date with a specific day, and it's not the same format as I have here. So I'm going to create a month column here, and I'm going to use a formula to return the months exactly in the format that I have in my dashboard. To do that, I'm going to use a few functions. So the first is a year, and I'm going to pass the create date column. So this will return the year, so 2019, 2020, etc. I'll concatenate this with an underscore, and then I'll concatenate this with a month number. All right, so give it a few seconds. Right, so here's my data exactly as I want it. And now I'm going to be able to count the number of deals that I have for each month. To do that, I'll use a very simple function that you might already know from Google Sheet or Excel, is the countif function. So here I'll have only one condition. So I want to count all the records in the deals table that match where the month is equal to 2020_5. So I'll go and select my months column, and then I'll select the cell reference where I've returned 2020_5. All right, and then I just have to copy and paste, and the same way it does in Excel Google Sheet, this will, the cell reference will move as well. Of course, I didn't change my months here, so I'll have to that. Right, perfect. Okay, now I'm going to do something similar. I'm going to do something similar to get the number of contacts. So I'm going to import all my contacts. And I'm just going to do the same thing as I did earlier, but this time for contacts. Again, for your HubSpot account, you'll have way more fields than this. This is because it's a test account that have only a few columns. All right, so I'm just going to do the same thing as earlier, so I'll do that faster. Right, and when it computes, I'll start my formula here. Right, so I think you understood how that works. Right, and the way I navigate like this is, as usual, the same way you would do in Excel group sheet, so with command and arrow on Mac or control and arrows on PC, on Windows. All right, so now if I want the ratio, it's really simple. I'll divide my number of contacts by my number of deals, and I'll just remove all those decimals. Now, this time I want the number of closed won deals and the number of closed lost deals. So for this, I have a deal stage. So I have closed loss and closed won, and we're actually going to use this in our countifs to get only the deals which are in these two status, respectively. So let's start with the closed won deals. So I'm going to this time use the countifs function. So it works very similarly to the countif, but you can have as many conditions as you need. So again, first I'm going to have the same condition on the months, and then I'll have a second condition on the deal stage. So I'll select the deal stage column right here, and I'll write closed one. It's without the capital letter. All right. So that's it. And then I'm just going to copy and paste this in here, and I'll just change the status. So instead of one, I'll put lost. Right. And so for the close rate, I basically want to divide, to have the ratio between all the deals that are closed and the total number of deals, right? So actually what I'll do is I'm just going to have an intermediate column here to have the number of closed deals. I don't have to, but I think it's nicer that way. I'll just sum these two. And then to have the close rate, I'll divide the number of closed deals by the total number of deals. All right. So that will give me obviously something between 0 and 1. I'll turn that into a percentage. Cool. And then the close rate and the closed loss rate. So that's pretty simple. I'll just divide the number of closed won deals by the total number of deals. And I'll do the same thing, but this time with the last. Right, and I'll apply my percentage format on everything now. All right, great. Just a little bit of formatting. It's always nicer. Maybe I can also put this month in a lighter font color, and maybe here the headers in some specific formats. All right, and obviously, if you wanted to do it for more months, you just have to copy and paste your formulas and add the months that you would want for. All right, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I hope that was helpful.